Welcome to the Determined Mom Show, the only marketing podcast dedicated to guiding mom CEOs into tranquility, wealth, and multiplying those precious moments. Welcome to episode number 61 of the Determined Mom Show. Today I want to talk to you about your website. You may have had it up for a long time, and you may just need to update it. So I'm going to talk to you about how you can tell if you need to update your website. The first and most important thing is your website takes forever to load. If this is the case, then you must update it as soon as possible, because what's going to happen is anyone that visits your website is just going to leave. You've done this before, probably yourself, where you go to a website, you click on a link, go to somewhere, anywhere, and it never loads. And you're like, okay, still not loading. Okay, I'm just going to go. Obviously, it's broken. So everyone's threshold for how long they're willing to wait for that is different. So your website should load in 3 seconds or less in order to be considered a great load time. So you can check this by going to GT Metrics. Just Google that, and you will be able to test the speed of your website, and it's going to give you some suggestions for how to improve that. If you need help with that, the Determined Mom actually does offer website optimization services for $99, and we will increase your website and just make it work so much better, and that way you don't lose those visitors. Let's talk about the second thing. So if you have no call to action or booking button or any way for someone to work with you, that is going to be one thing that you absolutely need to update. People need to know how to get a hold of you. They need to know what that next step is. They need to be able to take some sort of action, and that should be on the top of your website without having to scroll down. So if it's not above where you see your website and you don't have to scroll down, then you definitely want to update that. The third sign that you know you need to update your website is you have no opt-in. Your opt-in is extremely important for growing your email list and sharing value with those people that you would like to be serving as potential clients. So if you don't have an opt-in, if you don't have a way to add value to those visitors, those website visitors, it is absolutely critical that you do that now. I do have an amazing free printable website planner that you can use to figure out where that you will put each page. And you can also figure out which ones you want to have on your main menu, which ones you want to have hidden, and what pages you're going to put that opt-in on. That's going to help you to really see your website and how it functions from a larger perspective and be able to make sure that it's functioning and that all of the pages flow well together. The fourth sign that you need to update your website is that you've updated your services or your products or your branding or basically anything about your business. If you've added a service, make sure that you have that new service on your website. If you've added a product, make sure that you have that on there and the customers have the ability to purchase that product or service from you. Very, very important. A lot of times we'll add a new product or service and then forget to add it to the website or to edit it or anything like that. You need to have a page where people can go to learn about that product or that service. It's really, really critical. And if you don't have that, then definitely go ahead and add it. The fifth sign that you need to update your website is it's hard for visitors to understand what you do and how they can work with you. This kind of combines some of the things that we were talking about earlier. And one of those things is your website takes forever to load and you have no call to action or booking button. When you have those things in place, then people will be able to understand what you do and how they can work with you by clicking on the links and buttons that will lead them to the next step of working with you. If you don't have these things in place, it's going to be really hard to convert those visitors into customers and make sure that they understand what those next steps are and how to work with you. Now, another thing, and this is going to be like a little bonus thing, is if your website looks outdated. So there are many, many websites out there that still look like they were built like 10 years ago. So much has changed in the web design industry in the last even 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year that make building a beautiful website much easier. This means that you don't have an excuse for your website to be outdated and also for it not to have all of these features that we've talked about. So if you need to have your website updated, you can always reach out to the Determined Mom. We will help you to update your website. We do offer WordPress updating and those types of services, but you can also just learn how to do it yourself. So there are many ways to do that. We also have a WordPress starter course. So if you're looking to switch from Wix or Squarespace or any of those, you can learn how to do that in the WordPress Express starter program. Now, the challenge that I'm going to give you is to go ahead right now and either you or someone else that you trust, go ahead and visit your website. And what you're going to do is just look for all of these things that we talked about. So you're going to look for your load time. You're going to look for your call to action or booking button. You're going to make sure you have an opt-in. You're also going to make sure that all of your products and services are updated and see how easy it is for visitors to understand what you do and how they can work with you. So go ahead, check out your website or have a trusted friend or colleague check it out for you, and then you can go ahead and get started on updating. Thank you and have a great week. This episode of the Determined Mom Show is brought to you by the Google My Business Master Course. This course will help you get into the top 3 search results on Google just by learning how to properly manage your Google My Business profile, including optimizing and exactly what you need to be posting every single week. The easiest way to increase your revenue in the Google era is to be in that top 3. You'll increase your website visits, your phone calls, and your requests for directions of customers who are actually searching for your business at the moment that they need to purchase. So this is such a valuable course, and you can access it by clicking the link in the show notes, or you can also access it inside of the Online Marketing for Moms membership.